If you want to become a backend developer, data analyst, or Python developer, then this skill must be absolutely essential. In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect PostgreSQL with Python step by step and in a simple and beginner-friendly way. Many people learn Python and many people learn PostgreSQL, but the real power comes when you combine both the technologies and start building real-world applications. By the end of this video, you'll be able to connect Python to your Postgres database, run queries using Python. You can also insert, fetch, and update daily data using the Python, and you will understand how real-world applications handle data behind the scenes. Even if you are a beginner, don't worry, I will explain everything clearly. So grab your laptop. Let's first install the PostgreSQL. Then I will show you how to interact with PostgreSQL using Python. So open up your browser and in the search bar just type Postgres download. So this is the official website. Just click on this link. So if you are using Windows, select the Windows. If you are using Linux, select Linux. I'm going to choose Windows. And there are many versions released by the PostgreSQL. You consider up to version 18. So if you scroll up, you consider there is an option called download the installer. Click on download the installer and consider is also available for Linux and Mac OS Windows. I'm going to choose the Windows latest version. So click on download here. Consider it will start downloading in a few seconds. Now the downloader has successfully begun. So it will take some time. So I'm going to pause the video here and resume after the download has been successful. Now the software has been successfully downloaded. Let me open the software now. Consider this is the PostgreSQL software. First, it will install the dependencies that is needed for the database server. You consider it installing the Microsoft Visual C++ redistributable. So it is needed for the database engine. So just give it a few minutes. It will take some time. So after you download the Microsoft Visual C++, the pop-up will look like this. So let me pause the video and resume after you continue. So the pop-up will look like this. Here you will have to install like normally how you install any other software. Just click on next. And here you need to uncheck Stack Builder. This is for the advanced user. So since we are in beginner stage, right? Uncheck Stack Builder and click on next. Here you need to type the super user password. So make sure you remember the password. So let me type the password. So this is the super user, the admin user. So let me retype the password now. So I'm gonna click on next. So this is the port number. So next, and finally we can install it. Consider it starts installing the software now. So it will take some time. So I'm gonna pause the video here and resume after the installation has been completed. Now the installation has been successfully completed. Let me finish. To start the PostgreSQL server, in the search bar just type pgAdmin. So just type pgAdmin. So you can think of pgAdmin as a GUI interface that you can interact with the Postgres server. Consider this is the application pgAdmin. Consider this is a management tool for the PostgreSQL and the software will look like this. So let me maximize the software now. So you can safely close this all the windows that is there previously. So here what you can do is you can open up your query tool now. If you go to tools, so for that let me select the server now. So here you need to enter the password that you have set earlier. Let me type the password here. So after you are connected to the PostgreSQL server, now you can select the tool. So let me select the database and then I'm gonna select the tool now. So tool, you consider here we have the query tool. So using the query tool, we can type the SQL servers queries here. So let's first create a database now. So create database. So I'm gonna create a sample database now. So we can give a name for our database. In this case, I'm gonna type testing. So this is our database name. So let me click on display icon. Consider query return successful. So let's see how to connect this database using Python. So for that we need a adapter now. So using this adapter only we can connect with this PostgreSQL. Consider I have opened up your project folder there. This is the main directory. So to install the Python library, open up your command prompt now. Consider I have opened up the command prompt and type pip install psychopg. I hope it is the psychopg. The pronunciation is correct. psychopg2 binary. So this is the library that we can use to connect with the PostgreSQL server. So psychopg2 binary. So press enter. So we need this Python library to interact with the PostgreSQL. Now the installation has been successful. So let's import the library that we have installed now. So let me minimize this terminal and let's import the library now. The library name will be this. So import psychopg-2. So this is the library name. And let's first define the connection. So we need to create a connection between this Python script and the PostgreSQL. So here we have a method called the connect method. Inside this connect method, we need to pass the local force. Since it is running on the local force, type local force. Then we need to type the database. So what database that we have created is the testing sample database. We have created this sample testing database, right? So type testing and we need to provide the username. So user equal to, the default username will be Postgres. So this is the username, and set the password. So enter the password that you have typed earlier. So this is my password, and we can also set the port number. The default port number will be 5432. So this is the connection. So if everything goes well, we can simply print a message like done or successful. So let me run this Python script now. So Python main.py, actually we get a error like the database does not exist. So let's fix this error. Actually we created the database. I don't know why it shows database not exist. So let's create this database manually now. So to create the database manually, just right click on database, click on create, click on database. So give a name for your database. In this case, I'm gonna type the testing, and the owner will be the same user, Postgres default user, and click on save. So consider now this database has been successfully created. So now I hope we can find our Python script. So let me rerun the Python script now. You consider now we got the successful. Now we have successfully connected to the PostgreSQL using Python. Let's do some basic operations now. To do that, we need to create a cursor. So using this cursor only, we can type some SQL queries. So cursor equal to connection.cursor. So now we have a cursor object. Using this cursor object, we can send the SQL statements. So cursor.execute, and inside this, let's first create a table now. So I'm going to create a table now. So let's create some table. So create table if not exist. So I'm going to create a table only if it is not exist. So the table name will be users, and let's define the columns names. So I'm going to create a ID field. So this will be serial, and this is the primary key, and let's define our name column. So this is the varchar, since it is a string, so it will take 100 characters, and let's define the email, and this also going to be string, so this is also going to take 100 characters. So that's it, and finally we can commit the changes. So connection.commit, so make sure we commit it, and finally let's print some message here, done. Let me run the Python script again. So we got a message, right? Done. So let's try to insert some data to the table that we have created now. So for now, what I will do is, I will, you consider we have enter if not exist. So we not need to comment this code now, because if the table is already exists, it will not be created again. So safely we can type another statements below this code. So cursor.execute, we can type another SQL statement here, that is insert. So insert into users table. So you can say we have created this users table. So insert into users. What we will do is insert into users. We have two columns, right? Name and email. We can explicitly mention that name and email, and we can provide the values. So here we will mention the placeholders. Since it is a string value, right? We can mention right either %yes, %yes, and we can provide value for those placeholders. So the value will be Kumaresan, and the email column will be kumaresan@gmail.com. So that's it. So let me run the Python script again. Now we have successfully inserted. Consider this is done. Let's see how to read those. For now, I'm gonna comment this out because we don't want to insert it one more time. I will comment this code, or I will delete this. Let's see how to read the data from the database. So again, cursor.execute. This time we will select all from database. So that is select all from users table. So now we have selected right, we can get the rows, we can get the values. So cursor.fetch all. So fetch all will fetch all the things. So now we have the rows, right? We can loop through it now. So for row in rows, we can print the individual row. So I will explain the difference between fetch all, fetch many, fetch one in a minute. So just give you a minute. So you consider if you run the Python script, it will fetch all the things. So to explain this clearly, what I will do is I will insert one more data into this table now. So for that, I will copy and paste the insert command one more time here. So let me comment this out. So this is the code to insert some data again. So instead of Kumaresan again, I'm gonna type Kumaresan3. So this will be kumaresan3@gmail.com. So we need more data to explain the difference between fetch all, fetch one, and fetch many. Consider now the data has been successfully inserted. So now this time I will comment this code. Actually we didn't commit, right? So let me run this one more time because we didn't commit this earlier. Let me uncomment the code for a commit. So let me rerun this now. So let me comment this one because we have successfully inserted. So let me uncomment this one. So now this time if you try to run this fetch all, let's see, it will return all the things. You can say it returns two values. That is, you can say it returns two rows. Now if you try to run fetch one, it will only give the one value, that is the one row. So if you run the Python script again, we can see that it gives the top value. Consider this is the first value that we have inserted. This is the first one. You can also mention the fetch menu, and you can specify number of rows that you want. You consider if you type 2, it consider it will return 2. If you type 1 here, it will return the one row. You consider it returns the one row. This is the difference between fetch all, fetch one, and fetch many. So let's see how to update this column. So for that, what I will do is I will comment this code and I will work on this code here. So let me change this code to update something here. So instead of insert, I'm going to update. So what table that we want to update? We want to update the users table. So let me remove this line. So we want to update the users. So update users, I'm going to update the email column of the users table. So email, so let's leave a placeholder here. This will take a string. So where name equal to, let's also leave a placeholder here, and then we can provide the values for this. So when the name matches this, we're gonna change the email. So the first, let's provide the email that we want to update. So this is the updated email. You consider currently the Gmail is kumaresan3@gmail.com, right? What I will do is I will change this to kumaresan2@gmail.com. For that, you need to change this to kumaresan2@gmail.com. We wanna change this. This is the new Gmail. So only we will change this when the username matches, that is the kumaresan3. Consider the username is 3. When the username is 3, we want to update the email. That's it. Consider done. So let me comment this out and I'm gonna display the data. So let me rerun the Python script. I'm gonna fetch many. I'm gonna set this to 2 rows. I think it is not updated because the username is capital K. So let me uncomment this now. So I have misspelled the username. So this is not small k, this is capital K. Now this time when you run the Python script, you can say now the Gmail has been successfully changed, kumaresan2@gmail.com. So yeah, this is how you interact with the PostgreSQL using Python, and I have shown you how to perform various operations, insert operation, update operation, and similarly you can also delete it. So this is for this video, and I will continue in the next one.